Hey y'all, so there's something that I want to tell you. For those of you who haven't heard, and if you haven't heard, I'm sorry, but the season that we're filming of Black Lightning now is going to be the last season show. I didn't find that out until yesterday. I found out with everybody else. I didn't know. But what I did know and have known along with the rest of the cast since before we even started shooting this season is that I am leaving the show, was leaving the show. This was going to be my last season, regardless of if it went on or not. For different reasons that, to be honest, I don't want to go into. I just want y'all to trust me on it. I didn't want to tell you until I had to. With this news breaking, I thought it would be the right time. But I knew I was going to have to tell you at some point because I only agreed to do a certain number of episodes. So I'm not in the whole season. And obviously, y'all were going to notice that, given the fact that I've been in every episode in the past 3 seasons. And all this is an illusion. It's an illusion. This industry, for what it is, and everything that people look to and praise, it's not important. God is moving me in more than one way than just this show. It's bigger than this show. I'm doing God's work now. I'm not doing anything else. Just gonna put it plainly. I'm not leaving because I had a terrible time working at the CW. I like the CW. And people that actually know me, not people that I've just spent a lot of time around filming, people that know me, they know why I make the decisions that I make. But I am doing God's work now. And that is all I'm doing. I don't know why I was wasting time warning you of the danger that I know is waiting down there, and you still choose to go in that direction. I'm not mad at you. I don't hate you. It don't even affect me. But if you end up in trouble, just know that I tried because I love you. Because in this dark world we're in, I've noticed a pattern in what is being represented. People think that this stuff is just a game. There is a reason why you see people dressed up as Satan. Not just, like Satan slipping himself in a little bit. No, full on visuals of Satan, people dressed as Satan, dressed as a demon, got upside down crosses all on their clothes or pentagrams on their clothes. And people are just like, oh, that's funny. It's, we're making fun. No, there's a reason why the entertainment industry is doing that, y'all. They know good and doggone well that God exists. They also know that Satan exists. They're just counting on the fact that y'all don't know that. But either way, the things that you take in, that they're feeding you, those things affect you. Whether you realize it in the moment or not, they affect you. That's why they do it. Entertainment industry, it's about influence. I'm not going to sacrifice the honesty in order to be politically correct. I can say whatever I have to say with respect for all of you. But I'm going to say it. And I'm going to say it bluntly.
On the community, so that is why we get that label.
What about the cult? That you're a member of a cult?
Which, alright, a lot of people say Vybz Kartel sell his soul to the devil. I'd like to know how the selling of one's soul to the devil go. Like if you put out an ad in the Gleaner saying soul for sale, good condition, you know what I mean, and the devil contacts you, he writes a check or he gives you a manager's check and they change it. I want to know how that goes because that is news to me. I don't know how somebody can sell his soul to the devil.
Okay.
Does the devil have a bank account?
But are you a member of a group of Freemasonry?
No, I'm not a member of any group of Freemasons, but what is Freemasonry? Nothing is wrong with Freemasonry.
Okay.
Masons build the earth. That's why if you look on a Freemason ring, you see the compass and the square, because that is what build the earth. The earth is built from lines and circles.
Do you believe
You may say now, a Vybz Kartel, right? And this is another installment of Kartel Speaks His Mind. And this installment is chapter 3, and it's called JPS, which, as we all know, stands for Jamaica Pussy Hole Service.
What's been your problem with the former policeman, now Sting promoter, Isaiah Lang?
Well, the problem is really this, we had a dialogue a few months ago about Sting, and I decided that I wasn't going to do Sting because I was owed some money from last year, one. And I had already had plans to do a show abroad, you know what I mean? But then Corey and myself, which is my business manager, business partner also, decided that we were going to keep our own show in the building, you know what I mean? And
the building is at the former asylum.
Yeah, so
in New Kingston.
In New Kingston. So we had dialogue, and I decided I wasn't going to do the show, you know what I mean? So ever since then he was calling other people and saying that who Vybz Kartel think him is, and me can't fight the state. You know, me can't fight the state. You know, me can't fight the state. You know. I mean, because of the
state?
Yeah, because I didn't know the state was keeping any show.
Those words, the state?
Yeah, he used those words, those exact words, so me can't fight the state. You know what I mean? So then we had a show in Trelawny where it was raided, you know what I mean? Vybz Kartel wasn't there because I heard about it beforehand, you know what I mean, and I wasn't there. Then he came to the club.
When was that show in Trelawny?
I think it was the 18th, you know, the 18th of December. Yeah, because before that we decided that we weren't going to do it, and that is when the threat started.
Frustrated.
We're frustrated, and right now, to tell you the honest truth, Mr. Hughes, if right now my concern over about my life and about my freedom, because probably by now or next week you can hear anything happen to Vybz Kartel, whether me just suddenly become a person of interest again or something happen to Vybz Kartel, because me not really like the direction which is where this is heading. As they have done in the past, and I go through the same process, and I come out a free man same way. You know what I mean? As even is the case of the recent state of emergency where Kartel was detained as a person of interest. I am the only person that was detained that never get a charge even after the state of emergency done. I actually came out before it even finished.
It is deliberately being done by Lang.
I believe that to my heart. Even if it costs me my life, because one time I can't dead 2 times.
You keep on saying about your life.
Because me's a man concerned about my life and about my freedom. Me not like the direction of this thing is heading.
I wait for you what them say. And the nature of the case where we may see front of me, because a long time ago courthouse, Kartel them no know where them did in. Him just realize where him there. Me been there, done that. I mean never even want to end up in that. That's why I see this way happen. Me know for a fact said this was coming. That's why when me end up in a case, then come mix me up and I'm gonna talk some bag of things. In a case, then come mix me up and I'm gonna talk some bag of things. In a case, then come mix me up and I'm gonna talk some bag of things. Me have to look and say, God, sometimes you really have to try the road. Cause me, I try to prevent this long time.
Okay.
Because me see it coming and I say one of us gonna be an example and it's not gonna be a nice day. You understand me?
Yes, because you know what it feels like to be convicted.
Right now,
in the late 1990s, you were convicted on a gun possession charge. Yeah. And you know what it feels like to hear the word guilty by a jury, isn't it?
And the thing is that, we have to look upon, is the guilty verdict is one. But for the artist, when the judge will make it, him a decision, Jesus Christ, and not gonna be one nice day.
Yes.
You understand? That's where it's gonna be. Me, you know, remember me a 48, you know. Me live a bag of life, you know. Me go up on a whole heap of plane, you know. Me go all about in the world, you know. Cartel just as to the kingdom and glory.
Is it trouble finding dancehall artists or dancehall artists finding trouble, in your view?
Well, I'll give you a joke, you know. You have sometimes there's an experience where you have to go through, you know, and something face you in life for more time where it coming like there's a set of part of dance across, it just take the artist them at times. You have sometimes you have 3, 4, 5 artists dead, one back of one another. You understand? And then you have time with
like everybody is in trouble with the law.
Yeah.
And that's where I'm coming from. A lot of artists are in trouble with the law.
Let me tell you something. Music is a spiritual thing.
Yes.
And when you do music, there's a demonic force that surround music, you know. There's a demonic force that surround music, you know. We're fighting the spirit of the Almighty, you know. Because music is love and music is God, you know. Music make people unite, you know. Music make people be together. Music make people learn to communicate. You understand me? So it's a thing where keep a godliness and a togetherness between people, which the devil not like that. So music takes it from the most, the devil takes it from the most powerful people them. The devil takes it from the most powerful people them. Him choose to draw you out in everywhere how him can. You understand me? If me wasn't a youth we're sent by God, we're blessed by God and ordained to do certain works, the devil would have carried me down already.
Right, so do you
Me know you? Who is you who come and talk? Listen me. You know, see, say your color ungrateful. I know for your color that you know. No. The way you fast now people business should have better off in life, but our people business you sit down yourself like a fucking cruff. Make I tell you something, see? That money they want to give me now, so that must make me work still. Because you have a little careless woman where you have about this, so you see, when me tell you something, little red copper color sitting out, so we are talking about ungrateful. Tell her, say, the younger one can't grateful, I must be people who promote things. Because the work when me do this thing, nobody can pay me by your feet, here. So that little red and scoopy or something out there, so. Little loquacious characters and mendicant and little nincompoop where you have out there, so. We address ourselves. We don't know how to make our decency counteract our biggest mentality. They don't perplex my tranquility. Because she's nothing but a sappy piece of cloth. Yeah, let me get to still now. We're not chat about. That me a chat about. The little face, the little ranking, something where you have out there, so. I want to chat to. I want to know. I was told there's something they come from. Yeah? I was told something they come from. I want to know, man. I want to every day.
So tell me now, who else there now? Tamale just come to business the other day, young and bad, but we not give.
Alright, I'm going to tell you something. I watched Tamale perform the other night. And when I look upon Tamale, I hear him say, Demon. No demon ain't I, man. You don't have a demon talk. You man no demon. But see, Tamale, your father and your friend. You hear that? Me not come here to kill you. I want to see your rights. Because you see that little style where you're about him dig it home, dig it home, dig it home. Let me tell you something. You have to look at them, and the problem is that. That's why you have to straighten out that demon thing here. All I look at you them in the school nowadays, Tamale, is Tamale. You don't have no more popcorn in there, people then heat out that. It's Tamale. Cause me really have a problem with the demon. Cause when me hear say demon now, me buy 7 hog, me buy 2 lion, me buy 3 alligator, 5 crocodile, and me sit down and say, see me now, any day demon rise now, if all of them lion, tiger, crocodile and alligator, you can't hear me. Me a send him to the hog them enough, I am not at 12 bag and hear me. And you have a responsibility to guide the younger generation to the right destination. And if you lead them in the wrong way and make them have the wrong concept, then we turn generation as vipers even from you same one. When me come and be a little baby, you understand? See you come here now and me kind of one officer talk. Me not even know say I'm be come from. Me about family, me I wonder where he come from. You understand? And when me go here, I'm my best friend son. You understand? So right now you hold up your thing a shot, come and watch you.
Jobs were lost in this segment of the program. Dr. Sonia Stanley Naya, Dr. Maria Smith, and Pastor Michael Aiken. Thank you all so very much. We really appreciate you talking to us. Dr. Smith, let me ask you to start us off. Tell us, as Fairlington says, they're not new in Jamaican culture, but we seem to be hearing a lot more about them now. We're hearing them in the songs. We're seeing more and more people speak about them, and so on. What do we know, though, about these pieces of jewelry, guard rings? What are they?
Well, it's more than about rings. It's about guard, that people always feel that they need a guard. And that's so. It could be a chain. It could be just a button. It could be as the principal said, the girl came back with a watch. It is what you think, that you need this guard. You need to be protected from harm, and it goes even further than that in the wider society. Little kids, little girls always used to wear a red ribbon to school. And part of that red ribbon was the guard, the color red, the guard. And the little boys probably would have a button on the shirt inside. I spoke to one of my friends in St. Thomas who told me that his grandmother used to pin this button inside his shirt when he was going to school as a guard. But then it wasn't, maybe they weren't as open as now. And there's also that saying in Jamaica that guard no man, harm no man, but let no man harm you. And it is part of an African philosophy that came down from the Bongo tribe, which is that is the rule in that tribe. Harm no man, but let no man harm you. It's very deep. That is the rule in that tribe. Harm no man, but let no man harm you. It's very deep. The whole business of the guard in the society. Now, how it is playing out in the schools now, with the amount of money that these rings cost, and what happens when people fight over them. Something else that is creeping in, and that is maybe what we have to look at.
Hold there for me, Dr. Smith. Hold there. For me, before you go to the schools issue, I just wanted you to follow up a little bit more on that issue of it as an African retention, because as you said there, red ribbon in the little girl's hair, I remember the saying that you put something red over a baby crib and it frightened Duppy. And it frightened Duppy. That's what. So you're saying all of this is part and parcel.
All of this, even the way that some people use the Bible. You don't read it. You open it at the Psalms and place it by the baby head to guard the baby. So it is. I mean, the guard is really. It is just. I mean, you could go on and on with how the different ways that we, bush is not just rings. Bush bath, you get a bath to ward off anything. So it is part of the psyche. It's deep coming in our people.
Okay, so what then, and I'm going to go to the other two in just a moment, but is there then, Dr. Smith, a line that, over here it's okay, it's part of our culture and our African heritage, over here, so it's devil worship and evil. Is there some kind of line we need to draw here?
I don't know how we will draw that line, because people are not telling you that they have some of these rings and they have these guards, and that they visit some of these places for the prosperity bath or for the deliverance bath and all of that. So it is. I don't even know how you would draw that line, because a lot of people, it's the young kids now, they are coming out with it and they are not hiding it. But this is something that always been here, and people just don't talk about it, they just do it.
I found it interesting as you were talking, and I saw the other two nodding and agreeing. Let me go to Pastor Aitken first, because you agree then, Pastor, that this is part and part of our culture?
In fact, I would take it much wider than that. It's part and parcel of humanity. It reflects the fears that many of us try to keep hidden from time immemorial. People that God has created have had fears. In fact, in the book of Genesis, one of the things that we're told is that we're given dominion over creepy, crawly things. It's an indication that there's something we're always afraid of. And people who embrace guard rings and other devices like that are simply just showing that they have embraced fear. And speaking from our perspective at Fellowship Tabernacle, we would be concerned, but of course not fearful. We're excited that it gives us a chance to help those who have embraced fear to understand how they can set that aside and embrace instead faith in God. But He is the ultimate protector.
But how do you then respond to what Dr. Smith was just saying, that for some people is a ring, for others is a Bible, is all part and parcel of the same kind of belief system?
Oh, yes. We, in fact, the Bible makes record of this, that man seems to find ways to reject the Creator instead and worship the creature and the things that we can make and do. And there's actually a Bible writer who made fun of his generation, Isaiah I think it was, who mocked them for bowing down to stones and sticks and devices that they made, and actually laughing at them, saying, how in the world do you think that's going to help you? So the call really is, and the guidance is, to take your eyes off of what is made and seen and place it on that Almighty God that we know has created all of us. Because, by the way, Dion, let me interject really quickly. We can't really have a good discussion about this without an understanding that all of us are innately aware of the existence of two kingdoms. That's one way to put it: a kingdom of light and one of darkness, a conflict that constantly has been taking place from the beginning of time. of course, we take sides one way or the other, and then we express fear or faith depending on the side that we take. So we think this is a good opportunity, even though it's growing, as the principals have said, in our schools. And by the way, I mean, I grew up in Portland and St. Thomas area, so it's nothing new.